quite.
It's been a while. Tonight we're making vegan firecracker mushroom bowls. And this time got ingredients from the store.
What?
Yeah! Magnificent. The oven is already preheating. We need to get the oven to 425 Fahrenheit.
You can even smell the oven.
Yeah, I should clean the oven.
I don't think it's the cleanliness of it.
Yeah. Might also be the vents, because they've been, now that it's getting cool out, you gotta, get used to the vents being venty. Going to cut up some carrots. I need about, for two people, I need about 12 ounces of carrots. Put them on my old peeler. Let's wash one off and get going.
It has been a few weeks. How are you?
I'm doing well overall. Glad to be home.
Oh, where were you?
I was in Seattle visiting family, and I like Seattle. I like visiting family, but I also like sleeping in my own bed.
Legit?
So I'm glad to be back. Yes, my dad got ill, and we've been taking turns helping him out. He's doing much better.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah. But he is also 70, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to bounce back from things. But my brother lives out there, so he's doing a lot. My sister was out there for about a week, and then there was me, and I was out there for a little bit.
So when do you head back out?
Don't know. Depends. Probably in like a year. Because that also completely depleted my savings. I have no savings left.
Well,
So yeah. No more traveling for Justin for a while.
did you get to do any tourism type things while you were there?
Not this time. But that's alright. Because I've been so busy at work, I just kind of wanted the time to relax and not do much. Spending time with the family was good. Work has been so incredibly busy. We have a manager now, so we are now training her in.
Ooh.
But we still have to get the catalog ready. Work in community education, so the community education catalog needs to be done soon. And just lots of stuff going on all the time. I'm always busy. So I love it. I like where I work. I would like to have some savings.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. Yeah, one day perhaps I'll have savings again.
I wonder if there's, I know the Longfellow Community Council has like various grants for community projects like small business security and whatnot. I'm wondering if there's like some sort of community funds over here that you could maybe access to support ostensibly the stream or something.
That is an excellent question. I have to look into that.
Yeah. What's this neighborhood called?
This is the Field neighborhood.
Field.
Yes,
Okay.
it's after the school. Field.
The one that I drove past when I got lost.
Yes. This house is actually just a little bit older than the neighborhood. This house was built in 1913, and this neighborhood was formally made a neighborhood in 1920.
Exciting.
Yeah. I forgot to have that paper bag. As I trip on this floor. I still need to get more.
Yeah, that'll be hard to do without savings, though.
That is true. That is
But maybe that's the sort of thing the community fund can cover.
I do have a new table in which to prepare meals.
I noticed it's nice and large.
Yeah, got it from the Neighborhood Buy Nothing group on Facebook.
Oh, I love those.
Me too. I think they really turned me on to them, in fact.
Oh, really?
I think so. Like, after I moved here. And it's been very nice. Have a lot of things that help make the house more manageable.
Good. And as you go get stuff from your neighbors, you get to meet your neighbors.
That's right. Alright, we'll cut the carrots into half-inch thick pieces on the diagonal. You know, these recipes tend to call for the carrots to be on a diagonal. Do not know why.
It's also known as on the bias, and it increases the surface area of the vegetable, allowing it to cook faster.
Oh, that explains why. Alright.
Fun cooking facts.
Yeah. Cooking is magic.
Magic, science, art. I think humans just love food.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Pretty much. Any sufficiently advanced magic is indistinguishable from science.
The other way around?
I got that from Futurama.
I see. So probably not then.
Yep. It was one of the episodes that was... it was an episode that was actually making fun of the response to the pandemic. You know, people...
Oh, so this is new Futurama.
Yeah, new Futurama.
I still need to watch that. What's it on?
Hulu.
Okay.
It was very good. I mean, it wasn't like as great as earlier seasons, but after it's been canceled, you know, four times,
something like that.
Yeah, you know, it's still good for everything that was done.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was talking to people who were, you know, they were getting sick and people didn't want to take a vaccine, and so they used magic, which was just science, to make a vaccine happen. And it was great.
Good news, everyone.
Yeah. The Conrads, though, were the ones who made the vaccine. Herman and his wife, whose name escapes me at the moment.
Interesting. He's a bureaucrat. That's like his thing.
Yes, but he is also, great. I forgot which island he's from. Jamaican, he's Jamaican as well.
Okay.
So, there was a bit of that.
I just knew he was Caribbean. I didn't know which island in particular.
Yep. He is Jamaican, and then his main rival, I can't think of his name, is from another island there.
I'll look it up for you.
Yeah. See, even where he's from is in his name. Man, I can't think of it. But he's tall and muscular, and they both go very well. While you're looking that up, I am getting out. I already got a big sheet, put some foil on it to help protect the sheet. Makes it easier to clean later. We're going to go ahead, oil it up some. We're going to put these carrots on the baking sheet, and then we're going to season it.
Barbados Slim.
Barbados Slim. Yes, that is the name. Such a good show.
So I got this cookbook. I went to Pipestone for the first time this past summer, which incredible place. Absolute must know about, must learn about if you're trying to do any sort of anti-colonizing work on yourself.
Yeah.
And I got a cookbook there called Original Local. And it has like a list of how to indigenize your kitchen, like what spices you should have. Thyme is on that list, as is sumac.
Oh. I don't think I realized sumac was a spice.
Yes, it's a berry.
Oh.
So if you dry the berries and then crush them, you can have a spice.
Must be a good spice. I'm going to have to try some of that.
It is. The only place I could find it in the city was Penzies.
That makes sense. Penzies is a good place. haven't been there in a long time, though.
Yeah.
Putting on some sage and rosemary.
Sage was another one.
Yeah, love me some sage. As long as it's, used in cooking and not aerosolized. I think I'm actually, based on how I react to it and how I react to other certain things, I believe I'm actually a little allergic to sage. But
Sage
it
smoke
gets up
specifically?
into my nose. Yeah, sage smoke. So if it's like in a slow cooker or being used to smudge space, then my sinuses go wild and I'm having a miserable time.
Oh, don't burn your carrots.
Shouldn't be a problem. And some black pepper.
Got any oregano to go with that?
I do. It's over there.
We're thinking on the same lines.
Yeah. Love me some oregano. One of the first things I learned to cook was eggs when I was a kid,
One of the hardest things to cook.
Really?
To master properly, yes.
Oh. Did not realize that.
No, all those little folds in a chef's hat, those are all supposed to represent a different way to cook an egg.
I did not know that either. Neat. Still learn to make eggs, put salt and pepper on them. And then I discovered oregano, and that you put oregano on eggs. I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. And then that was it for a long time. Until I got around to learning other things to put in eggs. Eggs are good.
Do you ever put ketchup on your eggs?
No, I do not like ketchup on eggs. I like ketchup in general.
Do you put soy sauce on your eggs?
I don't do that.
Those are two less well-used condiments for eggs, is my understanding.
I will put in like paprika though.
Well, yeah.
Alright, set this for 10 minutes because more will be going on that baking sheet in 10 minutes. In the meantime, let's get out the oil pot. You want to be putting some rice on the pot. First, we're going to rinse the rice. Rinse, wash. Where's my rice? Here we go.
Oh, you got a fancy container for your rice.
Yeah.
I just use the 25-pound bag it comes in.
Yeah. See, I didn't want like rodents or Leonidas to start tearing into the bag.
That's true, he probably would.
He would, yeah. So I put a bunch in this and the rest into a taller one.
Ah.
Because this one's easier to... I cut myself. Huh.
Impressive.
Yeah, did you notice? Those things my fingers hurting.
Yes.
Where was I? Right.
Rice.
1 1/4 cups rice. Let's just wash this off. See, now that I know that I cut myself, it stings.
Yes.
Because, knowledge is power, and sometimes that power works against you.
Yeah, speaking of Leo, his mat is looking a lot better.
Yeah, just had time to grow in, and I've been just brushing it a bit more when I can get him to stay put for it.
You got a good parent, Leo.
Yeah. He is up there in age though, so that's probably why it added. Oh yeah, that's going to be annoying. It's not even bleeding, it's just like...
Oh, it's like...
thin...
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. Alright. Alright, looking for my half cup. Don't use that very often. Here's one. I've got several. I want 1 1/4 cups. Whatever.
Eyeball it, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, I just cleaned my stove. Now it's a mess.
That is how cooking works.
Yep.
I miscalculated the other day.
Yeah.
specifically when I was calculating rice. So I found this thyme and leek risotto with crispy duck breast recipe.
Oh,
And I don't remember why I found it, but it had been sitting in my recipes to make folder for a while.
yeah.
And we were heading up to my sister-in-law's for nephew's birthday last weekend. And sister-in-law keeps ducks in her freezer. So I said, hey, how about I make this risotto for everybody? And she said, that sounds great. You be in charge of dinner that night. So I was.
Yeah.
The recipe calls for 4 duck breasts. We had 2 whole ducks we wanted to cook. I miscalculated and planned for 4 times the amount of recipe instead of 2 times the amount of recipe, and made 1,600 dry grams of rice worth of risotto.
Oh my.
We're still eating the leftovers.
I bet.
In both households. It's really good risotto, though.
Yeah. I was thinking about measurements earlier today because I was looking at the time. Whoops. Because I was looking at the time, and for some reason my brain went to base 10 instead of base 6 for time. So I was like, oh yeah, I got 25 minutes. No, I have 15 minutes. I was like, oh, I wish time could be just divided up a little bit more metric-y in a way that doesn't suck.
I don't even know if we could manage that,
Not for very long.
because the entire world uses the standard that was set by, what was it, the Egyptians?
Pretty much.
That long ago?
I also miscalculated the rice. It's supposed to be 3/4 cup, not 1.5 cups.
Extra rice isn't a problem.
Yeah, I just need to use a bigger container. Because this is going to overflow otherwise.
Plop. That's what rubber spatulas are for.
Yes. Oh yeah.
My rubber spatula, I think, is my favorite kitchen tool.
They are so handy.
And they're so versatile.
They are. Cooking, baking, correcting mistakes. Just happy little accidents. There we go. Alright, we need 1 1/4 cups of water. Set this over here, like so.
If you will spill the water bringing it to the pot, bring the pot to you.
Yes.
What kind of rice do you use?
A variety.
Okay, that's
Did
2
you say
full
1
cups.
1/4? I meant 2 1/4.
Okay. That was 2 full cups.
Yes. Yeah, it's about 1/4.
Yeah, probably.
So jasmine and basmati are the 2 I use the most.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what people gave to me. And I'm like, cool, I've got rice. I like rice. And then just, I keep collecting the rice.
Make sure you put a lid on that guy.
Mm-hmm. Just let it get to a boil first. Give me a different lid. Are you the right lid? So I have 2 medium pots. And I don't remember which goes to which.
Does it matter?
It's the one.
Okay.
Yes, it does. Because the medium pots are different sizes. Like,
Got it.
One's wider and shorter than the other. So, same volume, different diameters. Because, why have anything be standard? In the meantime, let's have some green beans made.
Might I trouble you for a glass of water?
That's no trouble at all.
Even disembodied voices need to hydrate.
That is true. There
Thank
you
you
go.
much.
Alright.
Oh, it smells so good in here.
Yeah. It's going to smell even better soon. Alright, so we want about 6 ounces of green beans. Do not know what an ounce is when it comes to this.
You can get a scale.
I could.
They are not tremendously expensive.
Yeah, that's on my list of things to do. And then we're going to trim off the edges, because these are not pretty trimmed. Will you have a paper towel, please? Thank you. Oh yeah. Drip down my seats.
If you showed up, leave a message in the chat so we know you're here. Oh no, we can see there's nobody here.
It's all good. So just spend time with a cool person and make some delicious food.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah.
We did get a spam comment, but I deleted it and blocked them.
Excellent, thank you. Yeah, I don't often get spam. I mean, not big oh, I got so many names in my head, and none of them are like give me the first and second names together. So I got a bunch of mismatched names in my brain at the moment.
Since we don't have any viewers, I'm gonna actually swap the direction on this so that I can angle it better.
Sounds like a plan. Alright, the 10 minutes are up. Taking the carrots out carefully. Reason is twofold. One, time to flip them. Two, want to put green beans in. So a lot of recipes don't mention the need to flip the vegetables when they're roasting in the oven. You gotta flip them. Otherwise they'll burn.
Same goes for potatoes.
Yes.
And sweet potatoes. And squash.
Pretty much any tuber, any food that goes in the oven, really.
You should flip it, yes.
Yes.
Or move it around
Just
at
like
least.
pizza. Well, even pizza you can move around a bit. Like if you're cooking 2 pieces at once.
Yeah, you can rotate it even if you don't flip them.
Yeah. So, boop, boop. There we go. So, once I'm done with these green beans, they're going on the cooking sheet. Cook sheet. Boop, boop. You know, carrots are only orange in the United States because we bred them only the orange ones here for the most part. Because carrots come in a whole rainbow of colors.
I mostly see white, purple, and yellow at the farmer's market.
Yeah. My brain goes, they probably don't taste any different. But there's that small part of me going, but what if they do?
They don't taste that different.
Yeah.
It's mostly a color thing.
Yeah.
But when the farmer's market starts up again in April and May, we can go and look if you'd like.
Yes.
I'm sure there's a farmer's market near here.
The ones I know about are the ones in Uptown and Downtown and North Side.
There's way more than that. I know there's one in Richfield for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean that are close to here.
Well, Richfield's
There's
closer to
one in
here.
Hopkins. St. Louis Park, oddly enough, does not have one. I would like to change that. Another day. Today is cooking day. Oh, I found where I cut myself. On the flat of the knife.
On the flat of the knife.
Yeah.
What's sharp?
Apparently the flat of the knife is sharp. I don't know. Because it wasn't on the sharp side of the knife. I'm using the sharp side to cut the, But yeah, you can see my blood on the flat side. I don't know. Technology is weird. I saw a video from 1984 that showed those crystal LCD screens and miniature televisions, and talking about how futuristic it was and how we'll eventually have flat screen TVs. I was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing a watch television in a movie, but it was based on reality. It was just, really freaking new and expensive in 1984. Now, here we are in 2023. Oh, it's time for the lid on this thing. Turn down the heat, put on the lid.
There we go. Minnesota ground. That's what I was saying.
Here we are in 2023. We are, a year away from the Bell Riots and the Irish reunification. And, we got TVs in our pockets, essentially.
I don't know about Irish reunification. Maybe if Brexit hadn't happened.
Maybe. Unless Brexit was the motivator to make it happen.
Maybe.
Because the only people who were really interested in it were, the majority of them were in Wales and England. Scotland and Northern Ireland were against it.
I do remember that Scotland was against it.
But yeah, so there's an episode of Next Generation that talks about rebellions and the difference between terrorists and heroes. And one of the things that's brought up is the Irish reunification of 2024. And that scene from that episode was banned in the United Kingdom for so long.
I mean, I can understand why.
Yeah. So,
The Richfield Winter Farmers Market.
Ooh, winter.
Local vendors offer winter produce, canned goods, crafts and gifts, honey, maple syrup, baked goods, and artisanal food from family farms and kitchens. We accept EBT, market bucks, and debit and credit cards. Select Saturdays.
Nice. All right, set the timer for 15 minutes for the green beans. Now it's time to wash the mushrooms.
Because mushrooms grow in poop.
Mushrooms grow in poop.
You don't really want to eat poop with your mushrooms.
No, you don't. This is about 8 ounces. Oh, I have a thing for this.
A mushroom washing thing?
No, but a thing to let the water out.
Ah.
Here I am doing the hard way.
The Bloomington Farmers Market also has the winter version.
Oh, nice.
Maybe. Yeah, there's two winter market days. The next one is December 9th. Oh, no, wait. Tomorrow is the other one.
Well, I'm busy tomorrow.
Okay, then December 9th, February 10th, and March 9th.
There's something about February 10th.
It's a Saturday.
Probably it's one of the rentals that I handled working my job.
It's the first of a dar.
So these mushrooms are pre-sliced. Save it a step. Woo! So we're going to set these aside. Gotta get some ginger. These are not ginger, these are scallions. Gotta get ginger.
That's a lot of ginger.
That it is. Not all of it's for tonight.
Okay.
Some of it's for tomorrow. Yeah, I initially actually asked for 2 things of ginger. Fortunately, I only got one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how large the things of ginger were going to be.
Yeah, they may have gotten you 2 pounds of ginger with that.
It is possible.
Because ginger can be huge. Like, some of the ones that I've seen, like, pull that guy out and show the camera again.
Oh, yes. These are scallions, Justin.
They're all aromatics, who cares? Right?
Yeah.
Alright, so you walk into United Noodles and you look at their ginger display. Here, turn it. This is small. I've seen ones that are like easily 5 times as big at United Noodles.
I don't think I've ever been to United Noodles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's on 24th, right off the light rail.
I've never been to United Noodles.
Okay.
Sorry, my brain, whenever 24th is brought up, my brain goes to Hennepin or Lindale. And I feel like, wait a minute, light rail. Further east.
Much further east.
Yeah. I am still annoyed that we are 10 years behind schedule on the light rail for out to Eden Prairie.
You talking about the green line there?
That's the one. 10 years behind.
There's a lot of reasons for that.
It is. Doesn't make me any less annoyed. And one of the stops is close to one of the sites I work at. Well, 2 of the sites. Not close enough for me to walk comfortably at this point in my life, but still, it would be nice to be able to get out there without having to take a lift or ask for a ride.
Yes.
Because Justin doesn't own a car.
Do you have a driver's license?
You have a driver's license. Just can't afford a car.
Yeah.
They are expensive.
They are. And you got a house.
And I have a house.
You making progress on biking?
No.
That was very decisive.
Yeah. I have been on my bike once since I was last at your place.
Okay.
So that means I've been on my bike 3 times in total since I got it back.
Okay.
Is my ginger supposed to look like that on the side?
Let me feel that.
Just got from the store yesterday.
No, you should probably cut the brown part off. You don't need to cut all the good stuff off with it. Just cut it here. Hand it to me and I'll cut off just the little brown part.
That is the brown part.
Yeah, but you can cut off all the nice yellow stuff on the side. I use everything. I would take all of those carrot and bean scraps that you've got,
Yeah.
and I would put them in a stock pot and make stock.
I have thought about that. I just don't really have the energy.
Legit. That's why I put them in a jar and freeze them until I do have the energy.
That's useful. That is handy. That is smart. Smart. So I've been watching Loki.
Okay.
And season 2 seems to be a bit more propaganda-ish than I'm comfortable with.
I'll believe you. Not really a Marvel person.
Yeah. I was thinking about when I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to dice it.
I really need to get you a slap chop.
That would be nice. I have a mandolin,
Ooh.
but the mandolin is a cheap piece of junk that doesn't fit right, so I haven't tried using it yet.
I see. Mandolins are dangerous to be cheap pieces of junk.
Yeah. I figure I'll wash it up and try it at some point while wearing one of those ring oven gloves.
Sure, sure.
So I won't, lose a finger in the process or something.
Yeah.
Because I kind of need my fingers. They're good at thinging. Oh, so I was saying something a bit earlier, and
Propaganda, Loki.
before that.
Farmers markets, car, home ownership.
It'll come to me.
Okay.
One or the other. So, but yeah, Loki, it's been pretty propaganda-ish. Even season 1 was, to a stronger degree than I would like to admit. But season 2 has just been full on. We gotta save the TVA, the time cops, because they're the only ones protecting the timeline.
Is Loki on the side of the cops?
He is now.
Oh.
He wasn't at first. The reason why it makes sense, like, story-wise, and it fits with the evolution of the various parts of his character throughout the timelines. So pretty much what happens is that he starts out not being on the side of the cops in like the first season.
Okay.
And that changes as he discovers who formed the cops and how dangerous he is, and how much danger the multiverse would be in if it wasn't for the fact that he was preventing variants of himself from showing up. Because apparently there was a whole temporal war before that.
I see.
Yeah.
To quote a girl in her fed, time travel is the bitch queen whore of physics and we're better off without it.
Yeah, pretty much. I have thought many times about what I would do if I were, like, stuck in the past, like, in my own past. You know those stories like, what's that story called? I think it's called Replay. It's a story about a guy. He has a heart attack and then wakes up when he's a kid. So he relives his life. And then has another heart attack, wakes up, it's slightly later in his life, and just keeps on repeating that forever and ever. Until he gets back to the point where he had the heart attack, and then he doesn't have a heart attack anymore.
So it's like that DS9 episode, but worse. The one where Cisco pops into Jake's life.
Yes.
Okay.
So I thought about, like, what happens if I end up in my own past? Like, I'm a kid version of myself with all the knowledge of the future. And when I was younger, I was like, I will do my best to just stay the course, because I don't want to screw things up. But now I've gotten to the point of, like, you know what, things are screwed up enough, and I don't remember enough things anymore. I'll just fuck up whatever I can. Who cares? No one will notice the difference.
Man, I don't even know what I would do. Because, like, I grew up really privileged and sheltered, right? I will fully own that. So, like, I could really enjoy being a kid again for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like, I don't know how you're going to react to this story. I'll save it for another time.
Okay.
Yeah. But just where I grew up was so demographically different from here and from my life now.
I mean, I know where you grew up.
Yeah. Alright, do you want me to tell the story?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Alright. So, it was spring break of my freshman year of college. I grew up in extremely white sheltered suburbia of San Diego.
Yeah.
Wealthy area. I've considered poor to be owning a $400,000 home and generally the way that the majority of people I interacted with worked.
Neat.
And I knew that I had grown up sheltered and that what I knew was not what most people in the world knew, and I wanted new experiences. So I moved here to Minneapolis. I lived in Middlebrook in the dorm in the middle of Cedar Riverside. And I loved it. I got used to it. I enjoyed it. I was out in the neighborhood every day. And yeah, so I go home for the first time in several months, and I'm out at Starbucks with a friend of mine who had gone to Santa Cruz, so similarly different demographics. And he and I are sitting there and we're looking around and we're like, And he says, it feels weird being back here. And I said, it's because there's no black people.
Yeah.
We had both just gotten so used to being in diverse areas and being, because you can adapt. It's not hard. People are people.
Yeah.
Especially my neighbors.
Yeah.
Point being, if I went back to be my past self, that's where I would be. And like, I don't know if I could hold myself back. Like from being, why do we live in such a sheltered bubble? Why is this so horribly inequitable? Why, yeah.
Yeah, that would be hard. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, fuck it. Because if I went back in time, I would know so many things.
Mm-hmm.
And even like stuff I don't even remember happening in my life, I would end up doing differently, likely.
Yeah.
Because of like all this knowledge.
I don't know, like, I might throw myself into campaigning like hard against Trump. I don't know how I would do it, but I would blow my savings and do everything possible.
Yeah. I forgot, I'm like 10 years older than you.
Yes?
Yeah,
That wasn't my childhood. I was 26 when that election happened.
Oh, yeah.
But that's still younger.
Yeah. When I was 26, it was it W?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was W. And I was thinking, because in high school, in my world history class, it was mostly European history, except the teacher was really bad at it.
Oh dear.
So a good portion of the class was watching CNN.
Okay.
And it was during Zippergate. So a lot of the time I'm sitting there going, how is he going to deflect now? Are we going to like bomb the Middle East some more? And then they did.
Have we stopped?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we just changed targets a couple of times.
And we've got a proxy now.
Oh yeah. So many problems.
So unhappy with that.
Yeah. But that was inevitable because of Woodrow Wilson. Frickin' Wilson.
Yeah.
He fucked up everything.
He wasn't alone.
No, he wasn't. But he was, of that specific point in time, the worst of the U.S. presidents. He resegregated the government.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move over to where the action is now, unless you've got more to chop.
No. Well, yeah, I should chop up some scallions.
Okay. Then I will hold the camera steady.
Right now, the mushrooms are cooking.
Although I find how mushrooms cook to be absolutely fascinating. So if it's okay, I'll go focus on the mushrooms for a little
Yeah,
bit.
please, go right on ahead. And Wilson was also, while he wasn't pro-Confederacy, he he was sympathetic to the cause.
The cause of slavery.
Yes.
Cooking mushrooms. I love how they like get all weird and slimy, but also they're delicious.
Yeah.
And they're so chalky when they start.
Mushrooms are great.
I love mushrooms. I understand why people don't. Fungi are weird.
Oh yeah. But they are a fun guy.
Har, har, har. Part of my job is I make sure certain organizations are safe for us to sell to.
Yeah.
And I was looking at a school today.
Now, when you say safe enough for yourself, safe for you.
Are we going to be in compliance with U.S. export laws?
Okay.
So this school today had a class called The Colorful World of Fungi. No. Welcome to the Colorful World of Fungi was the name of the class. And I'm like, I would absolutely take that class.
Yeah. I read somewhere that fungi are closer to animals than they are to vegetables. And I'm like, you know what? Life is weird.
Life is extremely weird.
There's only one episode of X-Files I made it all the way through.
Oh.
Because I never really got into it. And the episode was the one with the giant carnivorous mushroom.
I don't think I've seen a single episode of X-Files, so.
So in this episode, there was a giant carnivorous mushroom.
Okay.
So Mulder and Scully were like investigating some cows that were like just turning into skeletons. Yeah. And strange things were happening to Mulder and Scully. And it turned out they were hallucinating.
Because of mushrooms.
Because of the mushroom.
Carnivorous mushrooms that also have hallucinatory spores.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes.
How does evolution make that?
I don't know. I don't even know if that mushroom is real. But dang nature, you're scary. That's all I gotta say about that. Dang nature, you scary.
Most fungi wait until things are dead before they eat them.
Usually, yeah. But I mean, in a world with the Venus flytrap, you know, the plant that's carnivorous.
Oh, that's not the only one.
Yeah, but it's the most well-known one.
Pitcher plants are pretty popular too, aren't they?
Possibly. Usually when I hear about a pitcher plant, it has to do with Star Trek.
Oh.
Usually.
Okay.
Not else. But I think that's also the first time I heard of a pitcher plant. Watching Star Trek Voyager.
Ah.
Yeah, there was an episode in one of the later seasons, one of the 7 of 9 episodes, where there was a space pitcher plant that ate starships.
Interesting.
And so one of the things it did was use psychic abilities to make crews think that they were getting whatever they wanted.
Ah.
So the crew of Voyager thought that they
were going home.
Yeah.
Except for 7 of 9 and Naomi Wildman. Because 7 had pretty much no memory of Earth. Naomi Wildman was born on Voyager. It sucks what happened with Naomi Wildman's mom.
I don't remember that much of Voyager.
The writers forgot that she was alive.
Whoops.
Yeah. So they had all these Naomi Wildman episodes. No Naomi Wildman's mom. Even though she was alive. Like they never wrote her out or anything, they just forgot about her.
That really sucks.
It does. She was a really interesting character too.
And
the actor never advocated for including her back in?
I guess not.
Because I know that's how SNL works. It's like you have to advocate to be in other people's skits.
Yeah. And
Speaking of other people, hello to our single viewer.
oh, hello, single viewer. Whomst by thee?
Was that that a sentence?
It's a weird sentence. That didn't work right.
I don't know. They haven't left a comment yet.
Cool. And then are you on the Twitch or on the YouTubes?
Oh,
That'll tell me once they leave the comment.
Yeah. Alright.
When are you adding that ginger?
Soon.
Because I would have put it in before the mushrooms myself.
That makes sense. Reduce heat to a medium, stir in minced ginger, scallion white, scarlet powder, and a drizzle of oil.
Okay.
So,
Ginger.
it's ginger time. When it's gingerly do it. Oh, that's bad.
It was. It's okay. You're allowed to make bad jokes. It's your stream.
Scallions.
I am going to make my way over so I can watch you cook.
Yes. Garlic powder. Garlic powder. Where are you? Right in front of me. Nice newish thing, garlic powder.
Oh, we gotta get you those big ones from Costco.
Yeah.
Do you
Do you have a Costco membership?
No.
Worth it.
Yeah, I live alone. And I don't have a car.
Fair.
And then it already has enough oil in it, so I'm not going to add any more oil. So now, what I'm going to do instead is put in some sriracha.
Get it nice and spicy.
Yeah.
Do you have a protein?
The mushroom is the protein substitute.
Okay. It's not particularly protein heavy.
No, it's not.
But it does taste good.
It does. Now, this recipe technically calls for sweet soy glaze. I've not been able to find any in stores, so I'm going to experiment with some teriyaki.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to see how that works. It'll either go well or poorly.
I can't imagine it'll go poorly with the spice profile you've got.
Yeah. Let's stir that in. Oh, I forgot that I had food in the oven. I even turned off the alarm.
It's okay. It doesn't smell like it's burning.
That is good.
And your sinuses would be able to tell.
Yes. All right, let's stir that in. That cook. Get out the before it does burn, because it's not a disco inferno. Oh yeah, thank you, Bessie.
You got
just a teeniest bit of char on those carrots.
Yeah. Worked out nicely.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling.
Get these food around a bit. And we put them in a bowl while the
Mushrooms?
mushrooms are cooking. And it's all going to go into the same bowl. So we're going to be split it up into two bowls when the mushrooms are ready. Which shouldn't be much longer.
No, it shouldn't.
Mushrooms are, unlike meat, harder to poison yourself with them. I mean, unless you get poisonous mushrooms. Then it's easy.
Foraging mushrooms is a scary prospect.
It is. I see people, I mean, like, nobody who might know, but I've seen videos of people going out to get morels or whatever they're called.
Morels, yeah.
Morels. I'm like, I wouldn't do that. Dang, it's too scary.
I mean,
as long as you know exactly what you're looking for, it's not so bad.
Yeah,
Like my sister-in-law found a bunch of chicken in the woods while we were up at the lake this summer. Yeah, I wasn't like impressed personally, but
she knew what she was looking at.
Yeah.
And none of us were poisoned.
That is good.
And there is a house in Powderhorn that has morels growing in the backyard.
Oh, nice.
I learned this because a friend of mine was helping me pick dandelions out of my backyard.
Oh, very nice.
And she turned her head to the right and said, "Are those morels?" And they were. I would tell you whose house. But like all good mushroom gatherers, I keep my location secret.
That is one of my neighbors grows peppers. And
have they volunteered in your yard yet?
the peppers?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Oh, a volunteer is a plant that someone else planted and then a seed grows in a place where you didn't actually plant it.
Oh, then no.
Okay.
But I have eaten his peppers. He delivered some.
Nice.
That was very nice of him. All right. So that should be nice and done.
Tomatoes are very prone to volunteering.
Yeah. Tomatoes make me ill, so I don't eat them.
No nightshades?
Yeah, no nightshades.
Then how did the peppers?
I don't know. So it might not be the nightshade part. It might be something else. Because I can have like dried tomato, like tomato sauce, you know, but not raw tomatoes.
I wonder.
Yeah. Bodies are weird.
Bodies are very weird. To go with the brains are weird.
Yes. The brain is the most important part of the body, according to the brain.
Alright, let's see this beautiful plating job.
Getting that rice. Oh, and I got that rice rolling. Jingle in my head.
You're not going to sing for us?
Hey man, I could. Just don't want to get demonetized. Not that I'm monetized at all, so whatever.
We have one viewer, Justin.
Yeah.
And they haven't even left a comment.
No. Is rice really still even a thing?
It is.
Nice.
I think I saw an ad for it on Cub's website, actually.
Oh. Do they sell the rice roni? A San Francisco creepy?
Probably. This was like in the weekly ad.
Oh. Rice roni. A taste that can't be beat.
This looks really good.
Yes. I know you don't eat after a certain hour, but would you like to try something?
I would not, because you put sriracha in there.
Right, yes.
But thank you for the offer.
I forgot about the spice.
Alright, first bite.
Yeah.
How's that teriyaki glaze working?
It is working out very well. Yeah, I'm glad that it is. It's very subtle.
Yeah.
I can taste the spices more.
Okay. You've also had like big forkfuls of the vegetables rather than the mushrooms.
Also have mushrooms in there. The mushrooms are very spongy, but not in a bad way.
Good. Sounds like you cooked it perfectly then.
Yeah. It tastes like let me have a break for this one. It tastes very good. It is very flavorful. The seasonings are what tastes the strongest out of everything.
Like the ones on the vegetables, or
yeah, the vegetables. Which is okay because I like these seasonings. The what is it? It's the
sage, thyme, rosemary.
the texture of the oregano with the blend of sage and rosemary are really sticking out together.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right, I need to bring you rosemary.
No, there's still some time.
Well,
I'm
I'm
going to California in a week, so.
I also will not be streaming next week. I will be busy, but I will be streaming the week after.
Then
I will have to join you from afar.
Yeah. How long will you be in California?
Almost 2 weeks. Because plane tickets around Thanksgiving weekend are absurd. Especially when you're flying to a destination like San Diego.
I forgot that it's Thanksgiving in 2 weeks.
Yes.
So-called Thanksgiving is the people I met at the community gathering said. They're taking a group down to go, there's like a DNA work event.
Yeah.
Every fourth week of, or third week of November, whatever it is.
Nice. Where is it at?
And the DNA lands.
I mean, like,
I don't know exactly, somewhere in Arizona or New Mexico, presumably.
DNA
Are
are
also known as Navajo.
For
For those who are unaware.
This is so good. I'm very happy with it.
I am glad.
Well, let's let you eat then.
Sounds good. Those watching the future, thank you for joining in. Those who are there right now, thank you for joining us. Have a great night.